Hello guys, welcome to the full series. Today's episode will be focused, like I mentioned, on round 2. We are already on round 3, but I just wanted to do some things before we move on to that. First of all, I want to talk about the recent news that we just got. That is that new formats are arriving at BGA. I am not going to be changing the format for us. The tournament still how do I do this? There we go. The format is still going to be standard. I just wanted to give my feedback on what is happening here. So the no unique mode. First of all, I want to tell you that you cannot change the format a deck was created. So if you want to make a new deck, you need to make it in the new formats. That is the first thing. The second thing, I am actually glad that they have already, apparently they have already introduced it in BGA. Let's go ahead and check. They said that they had. So that means as if I go here to altered, I should, yeah. So we can see the no unique and we have the singleton formats. Can I have arena? So arena is no, right now arena is only in standard, but I can play on different formats right now, so that is for you to know how you can do it. That's how you change it. You can use, of course, the demo decks in each one. So that's that's actually very interesting that they have already implemented it in BGA. The season ends today, so I guess I'm going to be ending at rank over 1000 unless something happens. I should be ending. Should be in about 30 minutes if I'm not mistaken. The season ends, so I should remain on the rank that I am. Other than that, let me just go ahead and talk about the no unique format. This is the one of the formats at the league here in Peru. We're gonna be changing it to this format right here. I think this is one of the most interesting formats. Yeah, thank you, Chile. I see that it's already there, so good to know, good to see. And the singleton, I thought, from what most people told me, that it was basically a copy of Commander, but they have done something rather interesting, not only increasing the number of cards, but also it's one per rarity, not one per card. So you can have one common, one unique, and one rare if it's a character, and only the common and the rare in case you. And this is one of the things that Sierra with 5 uniques is the only one that I'm kind of hesitant. I think they gave it too much, but I understand that, yeah, Sierra is basically the hives. Testing has destroyed me. I can understand that. Sierra, I think 5 the Sierra would have been okay with just 4. I think 5 is a little bit of overkill with Sierra, but let's see what happens. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the full series. That is the main focus of today. So let's see how many players are remaining right now. So we have 100. So let's go back. And it was 100, so let's go ahead and 100. I'm guessing some players were kicked automatically by BGA because they did not okay, so it's a different singleton, but I think it's actually much more interesting what they have done, taking what the Italians did. And actually, personally, I think they have improved it a little bit, but that's me. So with that being said, let's go ahead. So we have 100 right now. Like always, we will start with table 1, just to make sure. Table 1 is El Roger against Vince the Troll. So it was not table 1 from last time. If they were featured, either one was featured, that's okay. I don't want to repeat players from table 1. So for example, Roger won. So next time I won't be doing table 1. I will be moving to table 2 unless Telfraim is selected by the random. So, table 1, let's go ahead and watch the game replay. This is going to be El Rohir's point of view, and this one is going to be Vince the Troil. And then we'll move on to the random generator. So, first, let's go ahead and check. Let me go ahead and do it like this. There we go. So first, let me go ahead and check Vince the Troil's deck. So this is a French duel. You have Sierra cycles at 4. His uniques, Bessie Coleman. When you sacrifice a permanent target character in reserve, gains 1 boost. And when play from reserve, you may have target character other than me gain 1 boost. Does he have ways to sacrifice a permanent? I don't see ways to sacrifice a permanent, so I don't think this is being able to be played to its fullest potential. Then we have the Monolith Runescribe. If you control a token, robots you control other than me gain 1 boost. Okay, there we go. And Kill Elemental, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. When a card leaves your reserve during the afternoon, if you control a token, robots you control other than me. Okay, so this one is actually a very good card for Traced and the Ouroboros, because okay, he has Ouroboros, but I don't think it's that good on Sierra. Not bad with Sierra, but I think Traced, since he can actually power it 1 more time, is a little bit better. I've seen it not so much with, I played against one, but that was with Brassbuck. So let's see how that goes. So that is Vince the Troil. Now let's go ahead and see El Rohir still playing his Kojo. Only 1 hunger. I just played this deck, so that means that this was the only hunger, and he beat me with just that 1 hunger that was available in the end. Let's go ahead. See his uniques. Shorted Supervisor. If you're one play from hand, if your hand is empty, I gain 2 boosts. Otherwise, I gain 1. Not bad to just gain 1. And if in case you are really down, this is also helpful because you get 2. When played from reserve, if you control 2 or more boosted characters, resupply. We have the Aja. When played from anywhere, each player puts the top card of their deck in their mana. And each player puts the top card of their deck in their mana zone. So this one helps to ramp both players. And if you control 1 or more landmark, sabotage. There we go. So. And it is very common for him to have lots of permanents. Like I said, I played against him. This Kappa, you may discard target character directly. You may discard target character, and that's basically it. So let's go ahead and move on to the end of the match. It's going to be automatic. We'll go ahead and block it right here. There we go. So I just wanna try something. I'll try it later. Okay, so we got the Kojo right there, just trying to push on both sides. Goes for the Lyra, probably going to block on the companion side. There we go. 1 mana left, probably, yeah, going to leave the other one, really. I would have gone with a draw. Okay, so he just uses the final rabbit in order to move on both sides. So that's El Rohir placing himself ahead. Now goes to Vince the Troil. Not sure if I would have done what he did, unless having 2 out gives you 3 cards to choose from. I don't think so. Okay, so just keeps on adding. He's going to be blocked right now. Shows a hunger. There we go. He knows a hunger is right there. Draws a card, and I think the game has not been corrected yet. So it may be that it is going to freeze on us right now. It's a double advance once again from El Rohir, a single advance from Vince. And since he lost the hunger, it might be that the hunger is lost to the ether right now. So he still has it in hand. It did not froze, but you can see that he has 3 cards and we're only being displayed 2. So the display bug is still happening right now. Avalanche to clear. No, he just gets rid of one side. Going to get rid. Oh, it's a rare one. He does get rid of the whole table. So the Suha, there we go. I don't think that he can actually. He sacrifices in order to draw. Gets a card down just to move forward. So Rohir still 3 expeditions ahead. And 2 expeditions from winning. Of course, he is running out of cards. Even though he's going to be sabotaged. There we go. So sabotage goes through. Yeah, I think he is going to mana. There we go. Yes, getting rid of the fire rabbit. Goes for the hive. So we have a 3/3 on either side. Yeah, 3/3 on either side. He can just block with the Mighty Djinn, and that's all he's probably going to do. Yeah. Move forward with the Mighty Djinn, so he's now at match point. 3 expeditions still ahead. And he already has the mana in order to let the hunger rip. Going to get rid of the mana channeling. He doesn't need it anymore. And let's see if he's going to let... No, first he's going to play the Suha. No, he chose the hunger, and since we cannot see the hunger right now, that means that the game froze. So give me a second while I go ahead and see. This is day... Okay, let's see. 1, 2. This is day 5. So day 5, day 5, day 5. It should be around, yeah, right here. So he puts invokes and the Brusbud Companion. Plays the Quargan. And plays the Hunger. Okay, so let's go to move 86. That should put us right where we want. So let me just go ahead and move up. And let's go to move 86. See if this loads. It seems to be loading. Seems to be loading. And no. Let's... No, it didn't. Let's go to 90. No, let's go to 90. Let's try with 90. So once again, choose all raw here. And go to specific move. Let's go to 90. Whoop, nope, not like this. I need to go back. I need it to be automatic because otherwise we'll lose it again. So let's go to 90. If it doesn't load, let's give it about 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And unfortunately, we still have the bug right now on BGA. We know that the Rohir won probably by clearing out the table with that without the hunger. Perhaps he had a rage on hand. Being that he was 3 expeditions ahead, I'm guessing that was the turn that he won. So unfortunately, we cannot check it out to the end. Let's go to 96. So 96 is Marshall 22. That is against PMX. Did it finish? It did. Okay, so let's go ahead. It was Marshall is our featured player against PMX. Baymax, sorry. So let's go ahead and go for Baymax. Baymax is... Let me try to remember. Was he an Axiom player? No, he was a Kojo player. Okay, so we have the Bravos Trailblazer. You may have me gain fleeting. If you do, I gain 1 boost per fleeting character you control. That is play from hand. When play from anywhere, you may pay 1. If you do, target character gains 2 boosts and fleeting. So you can do that first. Have 2 characters with fleeting, and then he gains another 2 boosts. And his support ability, you may have target character other than me lose fleeting. So this is fleeting control all around. Free up Bravo Signaler. When my expedition moves forward, create an airlit token in your landmarks. When played from hand, create an airlit in your landmarks. When played from reserve, if you have less cards in hand than target opponent, resupply. Otherwise, create an airlit in your landmarks. And finally, the Haven Warrior. Sorry, I just want to font size check. So I want to see what is the font size. Still a little bit small for my taste, but at least you can know that someone actually typed right there. Sorry, there we go. So that was a Haven Warrior. When another character joins your expedition, a gain 1 boost. At dusk, you may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, you may have target character other than me lose fleeting. Okay, interesting. So let's go ahead and check now. Baymax, is it? Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and check Baymax. So this is a windy red. I see no uniques from Marshall, so that's probably why Baymax took the game in the end. But let's see how he does it. So this could be a nuke deck. Let's go to the end game. It's not going to be automatic, so give me just a second. There we go. So go end game. Someone is hammering upstairs, so that's why I was checking out. Okay, so the hare cannot be used this turn, but he does have the leaping frog. A pseudo after you, so the leaping frog is going to be blocked by the tiny Jin. Double tiny Jin, at least the frog gets a boost. Not able to block, but still moves forward, so double move for Baymax, just a single move for Marshall. So Baymax gets himself ahead. Now he could use the hare, but the hare would not help him really. Unless he wants to go all out. No, probably going to rush and then use the frog. Yeah. Just making sure that he wins on that side. Baymax passes before him. Baymax could have ramped twice. He decides not to ramp quite yet. Saves up his options. Uses the Phileas Fog. There we go. Now he uses the rabbit. Sends the first player token to the other side. BMX has nothing to do this turn. Interesting. Baymax decided not to use anything unless he has something extremely heavy. He could have at least tried to ramp, but he didn't. Goes up to 7. There we go. So we have the Tengu. Allows him to rush to discard a card and draw because of the Lyra Signet and also a Sense Expedition. Now the Harpooner is going to do his same thing. Blocks it right now. And of course there is... He could have used a Rage in order to... No, he would not been able to move forward. So the double advance from Baymax, I'm guessing he wanted to rush. So he needed one more, but he could have used a Harpooner and then rushed. But I guess he wanted to just get rid of 2 cards. Because right now that is what he is going to do. He's probably going to get rid of 2 cards with the Harpooner. So most likely this is going to be the last turn. There we go. The Harpooner uses the... No, he goes on the other side. Interesting, not using the full strength on that side. Just places the... Okay, so I know what he's doing right now. So everything gains fleeting. Everything is still going to get fleeting. At least he moves forward. There we go. So we saw Halua right there. So right now I'm guessing it's going to be the hunger. So Marshall needs to play very carefully because this one is going to go away, the Tiny Jin. So probably not the hunger right now. Now he uses the gigantic to go on both sides. He Tengu that a Sentinel just gets the... Okay, so he's going to use a rage on the Atlas, still moving through, still moving forward, and that was basically it. He didn't use hunger. I thought it was going to be a hunger win, but no, in the end, it was just plain and simple using all the strength that he had. He should have, I think he should have started with the Digger on the hero side, because since he had placed the Arcolano Mint right there, it was obvious that he was going to try to push on that side. But he decided not to push on that side, to go to the other side, and well, that's basically it. That's how the game ends. That was Marshall. Now let's go to player 100. So that was 96. Let's go now to 100 with Mew. Mew played against Koda's deck. So let's go ahead and have this double. Just want to make sure that audio is still playing. I think audio is still playing. No, it wasn't. Now audio is back in. I'm going to vote for a different song. So this game table was abandoned, so that means that Mew, unfortunately, is not going to be able to be featured. I'm following the advice you guys gave me, not to watch abandoned matches. This table was completed, so it is Sawayakumi. So it's going to be Sawayakumi that's going to be featured against El Toffee. So El Toffee is a French player. Sawayakumi, if I were to guess, I would say was a Japanese player indeed. So let's go ahead and check first Sawayakumi's deck. So Sawayakumi, it didn't change correctly. There we go. So Sawayakumi from Japan, sorry. This is first El Toffee, because Sawayakumi is the feature player for first El Toffee. This is Kojo version 2. So this is, let's go ahead and check his uniques. Gary, Revered Duelist. If I would gain Fleeting, I gain 1 boost instead. When played from reserve, you may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, each character you control other than me gains 1 boost. So that is extremely, extremely good. Especially for being a 2-3, so that is actually very good. Asmodeus, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do roll a die, on a 4+, I gain 3 boosts. On a 1-3, I gain 1 boost. So that's a 6, potentially an 8/8/8 for just 6, for just 4 mana. And then we have the next character, the support ability. The next card you play this turn gains 1 boost. And finally, the 3 little pigs. When played from hand, if you control 1 or more landmarks, draw a card. When a character you control gains 1 or more boosts, up to 1 target character gains Fleeting. Okay, so there we go. That is El Toffee's uniques. Let's go ahead and go and watch Sawa. So Sawa does have uniques. We have the Paper Herald. That is, when played from hand, you may return a card from the reserve to your hand. Alice, when played from hand, you may up to 1 target card of hand cost 3 or less other than me gains Anchored. And when I leave the expedition zone, roll a die. On a 4+, draw a card, and 1-2-3 resupply the support ability after you. And finally, the Kappa. At dusk, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do up to 1 target character with hand cost 3 or less gains Anchor. Okay, so it's basically an anchoring. Kind of an anchoring Fen. Let's go ahead and go to the end game. Not going to be automatic. So let's go ahead and go to the end game. Sorry, not automatic. Oh, it did went automatic. Sorry. There we go. So double advance from Altofi. And simple advance from Sawa. So still being able to move forward. That is one expedition ahead from Altofi. I'm guessing he's going to... Ooh, a very good permanent. Nope, decides to go all out with the Anchored on the companion side. The Bravos is just going to... He can actually block. Not sure if he'll block. Please, please, please don't show me a card. Okay, he shows a Mighty Jin, and since it is not on our side, it doesn't create a problem, it seems, because it's 2 cards and 2 cards indeed. There we go. So 5 mana each. Another, 2 very good cards in reserve. Tengu right there in order to get a boost. Just give everything that he can a little bit more protection. Place on the other side to force having to decide which side you want to play. And he goes to block. Going to be behind 2 expeditions, but at least he can get something down. Going to get something anchored, going to lose Ouroboros and Caster. Not sure if losing 2 cards from reserve was worth it. Just giving 1 character anchored, especially if he's going to move on to the... If right now he is on plant. It's not his strongest suit. Goes ahead on the hero side this time. Sarengar blocking it right away. And Nancy going to do something else, but then comes a Tiny Jin, going to cost 1 less. There we go. So it is a double advance finally from Sawa. Sorry. Puts 1 card down and anchors once again. Anchors the Aloe Vera. Interesting choice. Going to lose 1 card from reserve this time. Okay, let's see what resupply brings. Is going to block 2 cards. At least he can... No, 1 card, sorry. Goes ahead and plays the Inkcaster to return a card. The Fire Rabbit, is it going to... Yes, it is going to give a boost. So that means that it's going to block another card from reserve. Plays a second Parliament of Ashes. The Sarengar once again doing his thing, bringing it up to 7. Going to get rid of the Sarengar most likely. No, decides to give 3 boosts. Okay, so still moving forward, 1 for 1. Going to get rid of 2 cards from reserve, even though 1 is going to go up. Still going to get rid of 2 cards from reserve. Okay, so we are in a tied game, back on a tied game. So Sawa has been able to kind of bring it back. First player to Sawa, so he can play one of the cards in reserve. Decides to reduce the cost of... return a card, sorry. Just draws. And in this case, he's going to get 2 boosts. At the same time, he's going to only be able to block 1. Oh no, he gets 1 for each effect, right. So goes on the other side with Anchored and just pushes forward with a Tiny Jin. No more play for Sawa. Could have moved forward. No, he could not move forward on water. So that means that these 2 cards are being put away. He decides to draw rather than sending it to mana. Interesting information right there. 9 each. This could be Altoffi's. Could this be Altoffi unleashing the hunger? There we go. Indeed, it is unleashing the hunger. I don't think Sawa has anything unless this has no limit on what you can discard. Discard. Nope, it doesn't. Nope, come on. No. So he just draws, and let's see if he gets a resupply. No, he doesn't. With 1 man left, he uses the rage. So is he fishing for something to get rid of the hunger? Didn't get anything. Let's see if he gets something. He didn't. So yeah, that was basically it. He knew he had nothing else to do. Probably fishing for from a cloth. What's the name? What's the name of the thing? The cloth cocoon. Probably he was looking for the cloth cocoon. Unfortunately, it wasn't. This allows a character gains up to 2 target characters gain fleeting, not what you want with the hunger. You can draw or resupply, or a character gains 1 boost per card in your reserve. So yeah, he didn't get any of those, so that's why he just pushed forward, and that's how Altoffi won. However, I gotta say that it was a very good comeback from Sawa. He was in a very losing position, and he was able at least to bring it to a hunger win. So I think that's actually saying a lot from this player. Let's go now to number 62. That will be Of the Flower. So Of the Flower against Exalt's Argon. The game did finish, and Of the Flower actually beat Exalt's Argon. So let's go ahead and check that out. So view game replay from Argon's point of view. So this is a French against both are US players. There we go. So both are US players. Let's go ahead and first check Argon. So Argon is a Bezira 400 Elo he had before. This is an Ozma, a Dusk. If I have 1 or more boosts, draw a card. Lyra Navigator. When a character you control gains 1 or more boosts, up to 1 target character gains fleeting. I have Season, and when played from anywhere, I gain 1 boost. Forgot to mention the reserve ability, the support ability. The next card you play this turn gains 1 boost. And finally, the Izunboshi, sorry. I don't know why I always read it Bushi. Izunboshi. When a character you control gains 1 or more boost, up to 1 target character gains fleeting. So for Bazira, this is actually very good. When I leave the expedition zone, if I have 2 or more boosts, draw a card. Also very good for Bazira. And the support ability, when a character you play this turn, when the next card you play this turn gains 1 boost. So boost all around what Bazira actually wants to have. Now let's go ahead and check Of the Flower. So Of the Flower is a Teja anchored, the Muna caregiver. When played from reserve, if you control 2 or more boosted characters, you can anchor a character, and when played from anywhere, target character gains 1 boost. So if you play her second and something is out already, with Teja boosting 1 and her boosting a second character, is almost ensured that you will get an anchored, and she also anchors as a support ability. The Izunboshi. When a character you control gain 1 more boost, if you control 2 or more boosted characters, let's rip an anchored. So that means that if you start getting mass anchored, unless you're facing a hunger, you may have your board set up forever. And then finally, Sang Wukong. When played from your reserve, you may pay 1. If you do, I gain 2 boosts. And when I gain 1 or more boosts, up to 1 target character anchors once again, and up to 1 target character gains fleet. There we go. Mass anchor deck. Let's see if this works again. No, it didn't. There we go. So let's go ahead and do it automatic. So it comes down to Quora going to sabotage something. So perhaps just play an anchored character and just call it quits. Cause then there's no sabotage from the Quora. Just gives it another boost. He's not going to lose it because he can use it. He could have used it again because he's still going to lose it either way. So he could have boosted twice, have a boosted character in reserve because he is going to lose it anyway. What was the reserve ability? The reserve ability is, yeah, he should have used it twice because he was going to lose it anyway. But nonetheless, he didn't choose to do that. So let's go ahead and check what comes next. Okay, he gets a resupply. The Isunboshi gives the 2 boosted characters, so he gains the anchored. Is going to sabotage again, so going to play on the very same side, just gives a boost just in case. He had already won. No, he had not won because he needed to play it on the other side. I think that it's only when leaves expedition zone, so he might be able to sabotage again. No, he doesn't sabotage. It's when he goes to reserve. Okay, so I did remember incorrectly. Okay, a very good card to have right now. Let's see if he is going to be able to use it. Decides first to go for the Isunboshi. Anchors once again. Just going to ramp this turn with the Tiny Jin. Is not still not being able to move forward. He decides he must have another Chiron on hand, so that's why he gains a boost. So he's going to anchor something on the other side. There we go. Or the Duel of Grit, going to get rid of the... Okay, so he didn't have fleeting, so at least he stays right there. It's still a double advance from Off the Flower against a single from Argon. There we go. And the Tiny Jin doesn't go to mana. So we're still doing a tiny ramp at a time. So the flower is 2 expeditions ahead. No, 1 expedition ahead, sorry. Okay, goes ahead and gains anchored. Going to play it right there, trying to blocking right now. He just goes for the resistance with the... He just plays it on the other side. Yeah, it just made sense. You had already won on the hero side, so just try to move on the companion side. That was the most logical thing to do. He has kind of lost the thing that could anchor and keep up the Corgi. Yeah, Jack Frost is going to do nothing this turn. Just gains 1. Okay, there we go. So we have another anchored chance right now. Isunboshi goes ahead and plays the Corgi. The most logical thing to play right now. The Talarian Skater just going to give 1 boost perhaps to the Colibri, so the Colorful Cuckoo, sorry, so it goes up to 3. Just going to play on the other side, going to give a boost, probably, no, sorry, anchored on the other side. Still moving forward, gives it a boost to everything because of her ability. Duel of Grid once again to get rid, obviously, of the Spindle Harvester, but still going to move forward. Since he has the Corgi, is going to gain 1. Loses the Corgi, is not able to anchor the Corgi, but at least he is on he is on a winning condition with a Colorful Cuckoo on hand, which is actually something very good for this turn. Gets rid of the Spindle Harvesters. Yeah, he can... I'm guessing the best chance is to go ahead and attack the Talarian Skater and just try to push on the companion. No, decides to push. He knows there's nothing else he can do. He cannot, with the cards that he has in hand, he cannot beat the 5-4 with 6 men left, so that's it. And that is how Of the Flower ends up winning this round. So congratulations to Of the Flower. Let's move on to 57. So 57 is Enetaser. So it's Enetaser against Trickster. There we go. This is a promising match. Trickster with his 531, he has a 67% chance of winning. And a Taser is not a scrub. This is actually a very good player. Almost, he had 400 elo. He lost 400 just after this turn, so he was a 400 player. That means that they are both up there. And unfortunately, he faced a player that was able to beat him. So, and a Taser is going to be our feature player right here, and Trickster is going to be our feature player right here. There we go. So Trickster, as we know, is a US player and a Taser is a French player. This is Tajabilizing me. So the Snoozer Shroom. I gain Anchored. It's a 0/0/0, but when played from anywhere, I gain Anchored when the character you control gains one or more boost. Up to one target card with hand cost 3 or less other than me gains Anchored. So he cannot give Anchored to himself. But if he's already out and someone else gains the boost, he will be able to anchor it. Interesting options right here. Let's go. The next one is a Kitsune. When played from hand, each player may resupply. The player decides if he wants to resupply or not. When a character you control gains one or more boosts, if you control 2 or more boosted characters, anchor something else. So this needs another card out. The Copelia. When I go to reserve from the expedition zone, you may play me for free. Sorry, and I gain a sleep. When a character you control gains 1 or more boosts after 1 target. Okay, so once again, when something gains a boost, something gets anchored. Pretty much the strategy for Trickster. Let's go ahead and check the one from the Taser. So in a Taser, Bazira Pseudo Kuko. So he is playing with the colorful Kuko. Now, his strategy: Bravo's Vanguard. When played from anywhere, you may have target cards other than Milo's Fleeting for a cost 2. This is a very good unique. When played from reserve, if you control 2 or more boosted characters, I gain 2 boosts. Pretty simple with Bazira. Chiron, when another character joins your expedition, target character gains 1 boost. And when played from hand, if you control 2 or more boosted characters you control gain 1 boost. So adding on top of what he already has. Pretty good. Then we have the Snowman. Unless I'm in water, I gain a sleep. When played from reserve, if I'm the only character in my expedition, draw a card, otherwise resupply. I don't know, Chile, if you're still there. Actually, I went over the nomenclature of water. It was originally called Ocean, I'm guessing on the beta test. Then they changed it to water, so it is referred to as water, but the effect still has the brackets in an O, so it's still it is still essentially ocean, like it is forest, it is mountain, and it is ocean. But since now we've moved away from the ocean to the mountains, it has now become water, obviously. So I just wanted to mention that in case you were there. And the support ability: the next card you play this turn loses Fleeting. There we go. So let's go ahead and move on to the match. It is not going to be automatic, so just a second. There we go. Should be, yes, there we go. Oops, sorry. This, there we go. Okay, just trying to push on one side, doesn't have really a good option, and answers on the other side, otherwise he would have not moved this turn. So good on him to spot that he needed to do it that way. So 1 for 1. Let's see, I'm guessing this is going to be a Serengar and Rabbit turn? No. Serengar, yeah, so Serengar going to show the clue. That means that this game is going to be frozen most likely. So yeah, goes right there, gives it a 3rd boost, shows the occlude. The occlude is hidden. has 4 cards but only shows 3. Going to use the Chiron. Fortunately, he was able to get the boost in, so he's able to move forward completely on the companion side, so still a 1-for-1. And the Coppelia just goes ahead and moves down. When a character gains a boost, that means anything is played, something is going to get anchored. Is that it? Yeah. And he decided to use... No. Yeah, it was most likely he decided to use the occlude. So now let me go ahead and check. This is day 3. Let's go ahead and try to move directly to day 4 so that the hidden card doesn't affect us at all. So day 4, yeah, it is. Oops, sorry. Day 4 is move 68. So we're gonna have to move directly, unless it is moving. It is moving. Okay. It did move ahead. There we go. I don't know why it said that it froze, but it didn't. Back in the game. There we go. The boosts. Still moving forward. And I think it's just going to be 2 characters gained. So it's going to be blocked. Gains the anchored. Gains another boost for the anchored. And that is how he did it. So that is a double advance from Trickster this turn. Once again, I don't know what's happening. Let me just go ahead and check and see if I can play. There we go. Double advance from Trickster. Everything goes down. Let's see if it's moved automatically. Yeah, it goes to the other side. Let's see if I need to put... Yeah, I need to do... Whoop, sorry. I meant to go to endgame. There we go. All card to mana. Not the hidden card, so still we got that problem at some point. Unless it's not played, because we have the mass anchored once again going on by Trickster. Yeah, so the mass anchored, since he gained a boost, gains anchor on the other side, he gains a boost, and he gains a boost, gains an anchored. So yeah, right now, what an Taser needs is kinda, he actually needs a hunger to clear it out. So no, just a double move forward. He doesn't have anything to protect himself right now. He has an anchoring character right there on the reserve, so I'm guessing that right now and the Taser is just waiting for things to happen. He knows what is going to happen most likely. Doesn't have the... Once again, I need to move forward manually. He just passes. He knows there's nothing he can do against this, so Trickster just moves forward, and that is how Trickster did it this time. Lots of cards go down to reserve, but doesn't matter because he has already won. So that is how Trickster did it. Let's move on to the next one. Next one is going to be number 12. I think we're gonna have time for 2 more. So Statmanli against the German. Let's see if the German has dropped from the tournament. No, he has not. He has. Let's see if he has played any games. The German is at 0. The game started just recently. Let's go ahead and go to the game. The German has not. No, actually, Marshall is the one that took more time. Marshall is the one that seems not to be here. The German has played. This one was dropped. But let's see if they actually played. Let's check it from the German side. Yes, he did play. He ran out of time, but the German did play. The German did finish this game. So yeah, the German is playing. Unfortunately, this is an abandoned game, so we're gonna have to move forward to the next one. This is number 17 in this case. So 17 is Coco Tart. Coco Tart against HH Dreaming. I know last time HH Dreaming did not participate on many matches, but this time he did. So Coco Tart is going to be our featured player right now against HH Dreaming. I think HH Dreaming is from France. Let's go ahead and check it out. No, sorry, from the US. Coco Tart is from France. Bravos 2, non-unique deck. Interesting, he uses the pastry chef. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use the pastry chef. Oh, though he does have a unique. He has one. He has a Sakarabru. Sorry, when played from hand, if your opponent's expedition facing me moves backward one region, and when played from reserve, I gain 3 boosts. Otherwise, you can use him to draw a card, and I think that is the only unique. Yes, it is. There we go. Against Coco Tart. So Coco Tart is using a trace from set 4. He has 3 uniques. The Anansi. Give me a second. The Anansi, I gain 1 boost for each card in each player's reserve. Both abilities from reserve. Create and brass back token in target expedition. We got the Merling with a Scout 3. If you control a fleeting character, you may send to reserve any number of target characters with 4, but you need to control a fleeting character first. When you create a token, if I'm fleeting, I gain 2 boosts. Okay, so interesting option. An interesting alternative right now to use this thing right here. And another Nancy, I gain 1 boost for each card in each player's reserve. When you create a token, you may put when you create a token, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If it's a permanent, you may have target card other than Milo's fleeting. Let's go. So let's go ahead and go to the end game. End game, so this time it's going to be automatic. 40 card deck from HH Dreaming, 39 deck from Coco Tart. And so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, a very good card to start, trying to push on both sides. He could play this card right now, but I'm guessing he's going to. Okay, that's another option. Just get a token in, block the double advance. So HH just gets a single advance against Coco Tart that gets none, but at least Coco Tart get a token in. That is also something that each player wants, at least to try to get things moving. So another card, nothing in reserve right now. Unfortunately, he needs to play first. Okay, gets a token in. Not a bad card to get right now. Pastry Chef on the, and he just goes ahead and plays on the other side the most logical thing to get a third token in. So 1 for 1 once again. The Pastry Chef, like I mentioned, interesting choice, is going to go to reserve and is going to remain there for 2 turns. Is this 1-1? No, when you play a character. Okay, so he can actually come out when you play a character, but I think Buddha is not a character. It doesn't say join your expedition, so Buddha is not being played. Goes ahead and gives a physical training to Buddha. Okay, Coco Tart can just get rid of the Buddha. Decides to first scout what things are being played. Goes ahead and just pushes completely on the hero side. So once again, a 1 for 1. HH Dreaming still keeping his advantage up. Going to get rid of 1 card, the Reddit Oscar. He just played it as an after you. Right now gets rid of the Airlit Reef. First turn is for Coco Tart. He goes ahead and uses it to get rid of the Pastry Chef. And with the, he can get, probably going to sabotage, the Dr. Frankenstein. He can just play on the other side. Get his 4th token in. Gets, 5th token in, sorry. The training, So it's just going to be another 1-4-1. I don't think Coco Tart needs to reveal. He does. He didn't need to reveal it, but he does. He does reveal what he has. Okay, I see why he's doing it. He is going to try to push, finally going to break the he's going to take the advantage over HH Dreaming right now. He loses a Sabotage, but at least places himself forward, and that is, I think, much more important right now. There we go. Probably going to... Ooh, I would have gotten... Actually, I would have gotten rid of the frozen delivery. Just to have... Okay, but no. Because he needs something. Oh, Sakarubru fine. Gets him back again. Going to do the frozen delivery just to get something out. Nothing else from HH Dreaming. So what he can do... Actually, yeah. He can hook right now and get rid of it, just not to overcharge his reserve, or he can cook it back just to get 2 cards. Going to get the card advantage right now. That is also a very good option. Still, we are back on a tie thanks to that Sakarubru. Has the option to sabotage, and he goes first, so going to get rid of the unique, I'm guessing, as a first option. Yeah, going to get rid of the unique. That is something. Oh, Sang Wukong. Okay, it is beatable. Decides first to scout what his opponent does. A good card on reserve. Okay, so take the hero side. I'm just going to go to the other side. Can he do it? He just plays 1. Intimidation, gets it back on his hand. And, oh, gets the... Okay, so he just hooks it to the other side. He'll have to pass. Hook it back in order to have the card advantage once again. So again, a 1-4-1, but with a character that just doesn't leave until you sabotage, and most likely going to be HH Dreaming's first. Oh no, this one is not the rare one, it's just the common, so that means he only gains 2 boosts. Only gains 2 boosts. The Gibble, yeah, the Gibble is very hard to pull off. The Shenlong, in order to try to win another day, going to get very good cards on reserve. It is not in water, so it gains fleeting. Gets a card in, gets the Anansi down. Going to give it with 3 boosts. 4 boosts, sorry. And another card down. Gets rid of the... Okay, so I think it's going to be a tie unless he decides to get rid of something. Gets rid of the Airlet Reef. So that is a double advance from Coco Tart, and that's how he won the game. So it is in each player's reserve. So that's why he won 1 more than I was expecting. And that is how Coco Tart finally finishes up the game with a set of uniques and lots of cards in game. So in the end, he was able to dry out HH Dreaming. He had not many cards left to be played, and in the end, that's how he ended up winning the whole thing. Okay, and indeed we have time for 1 more, so let's go for number 65. So 65 is Marble. So Marble against Noel. Let's see first if it was a finished game. It is not a finished game. So let's go to 71. Player 71. That is Aretsi. Ooh, Aretsi. Aretsi, by the way, is a qualified finalist player. So I am a little bit surprised that he is right here. But let's see how his opponent, because he was actually called to win. He had a 62% chance of winning. So let's go ahead and check why Aretsi is our featured player. But first, let's check the deck that actually beat him. That is from Wyvern. also a very good player, so I'm guessing that's why he was able to. So Wyvern is from the US against Eretzi from Poland. Has us flying robots from Wyvern. We have the Swift Djinn. You may put a card. I think this is the 3 Swift Djinns, right? Yeah. So the 3 Swift Djinns are basically you may put a card from your reserve in your mana zone as a ready orb. So he tries to ramp. The strategy is ramping. So he has 3 Swift Djinns. He has a Brass Book dropship. Using Sierra, he has the Hive. He has the Nursery, the dropship. So kind of a traditional Sierra along with rare booms. So let's see how he uses these flying robots against Retzi that actually won. I think it was edition number 1. Still a very good player to be facing right now. So he's still a very good player. This is Bixi. Let's just say Arteja deck. So Spindler Harvesters, I gain anchored from hand. This is a 0 0 across the board. That means in Arteja it's a 1/1/1. You play it first. A Dusk if I have 1 or more boosts. So basically, yeah, you want this to be your first card. Up to 1 target character with hand cost real less. Other enemy gains anchored. Kikova, Legion Commander, double arrow. So when play from anywhere, if you control 3 or more characters. If you control 3 or more characters, you control gain 1 boost. So very good for a 4 cost. If you may discard a card from your reserve. If you do up to 1 target character with a cost 3 or less gains anchor. So that you can anchor by discarding cards from your reserve. So an added cost. This is not an infinite because you cannot have infinite cards in your reserve. This is how uniques should be. This is how uniques should cost. Should be I don't know how to call it, but this is how uniques should be. Having a cost that actually implies that it is not infinite. That. There we go. And finally, the Yeti. The Yeti says, I gain a sleep. When another character joins your expedition, you have 1 or more boost. Up to 1 target cards each gain 1 boost. There we go. So with that, let's go ahead and go to the end game. Not going to be automatic. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh, sorry, forgot to set it to the end game. There we go. So the colorful Kuko has an opening for a Red Sea. If you know how to play against it, you can do it with almost no problems. But if you don't, it will cost you dearly. Okay, just goes ahead and places a card down in reserve. Is able to draw, so just a 1/1. Then just places a Martingale, since you do after you, goes ahead and plays the Kuko on the other side, so a 2/2. And the Axiom Signet in order to draw and get a Brass Book down. Yeah, I was guessing it was going to be a draw. And with that, he is actually tied, but it's a double advance from Aretzi. Aretzi places himself 2 expeditions ahead. Let's see how our Sierra player actually does it. Needs to get rid of a card, so there goes a card. Okay, just pseudo after you. There we go, a very good thing to do. The next play costs 1 less. Probably going to go both on the hero side with a 6. Yeah, it just needs to go on the hero side with a 6. There we go. He just plays for the next round with an anchor. That's basically it. Nothing goes down, so Wyvern recovers one. Still a 1-for-1. Sorry, not recovered. A 1-for-1 with the colorful cuckoos that right there. I don't think he's going to be able to play both colorful cuckoos. Most likely Wyvern is going to go on the companion side first. No, goes directly to threaten on the hero side. And with the second Brusbug, I understand now why. He's going to go for a 7-4-4-4. So this is a tough situation for Wyvern. He just passes. And yeah, he's just going to leave it right there. He knows he was not going to move forward today. Double advance from Wyvern. Let's hope that the ghost Brusbug did affect actually a little bit. So let me just go ahead and click and play. Go to end of game. Come on. This is 63. Let's try to move the specific 64. Let's see if this fixes itself. I think it's not. No, it doesn't seem so. It doesn't seem to be wanting to work. Let's go ahead and reload it and see if we can move directly to 87. Let's go to 87. Have it one more go. Come on. Let's give it. Ooh, is it? Yes, it is. This is not. This is the. Oh, so he got rid of one. No, why would he have gotten rid of one? Let's go to the. Oh, what's 67? Oh, it was 67 most likely. Okay. So let's go to 60. Let's go to 7. You know why. Let's see if this works. Yes, it did. There we go. So let's go to the end game. Puts a Brusbug down. Another token right there. Lots of tokens this turn. Gets rid of a card in order to get rid of one of the Brusbug hives. There we go. So double advance right now for a Red Sea. Doesn't play anything else. Sorry, for Wyvern. Doesn't play anything else. A very commanding position right now. Tokens are stuck. It's not that many tokens, but we'll have to leave with that if we want to see the end of the game. Okay, so tokens only on one side. A sleep right there on the reserve. The third hive. So we have 4 and going to place it on the other side. There we go. So we have a 7 against the 4. Gets rid of a token. Are you going to get rid of a token? Really? Because no, get rid of the hive. Don't think that was the best option right now. He's going to get rid of the obviously he's going to get rid of the land the dropship. So it's going to be flying robot like he said. The second, no, that's it. That he's not going to be able to push forward. So that's everything that he has. And he's just going to try to save face and just win on one side, draw on one side, and still Wyvern is able to move forward on the other side, and that is how he did it. So guys, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much all those who joined. It has been a real pleasure to do this second round with you. The third round should be on Wednesday, right about this time. I'll be posting it on the newsletter, news table, news table. And also I should be doing it shortly so that you can see it if you are subscribed. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope to see you on Wednesday right around this time. Take care, guys. No, Wednesday, no. Thursday, because Wednesday I actually have the Altered Light and Bleed. Okay, guys, so that'll be it for today. Thank you very much.